What's up, guys? Kevin here. So, this is not really a review because I only believe in reviewing games that you beat, but I am finished with Trails of Cold Steel 4. I am going to talk about spoilers. I just want to give my thoughts and just talk about how disappointed I am with just how this Cold Steel series came to be. Um, and yeah, leave a comment. Tell me what you think. My eyes glazed over towards I won't even say the end. Pretty much Act 2 and then into Act 3, I was just done. As soon as the Courageous 2 came back and okay, everyone is still alive, and I hate that in games. Like, I really hate it. When someone dies and they come back, it's all right, your game is meaningless to me. Your game is absolutely meaningless. And maybe I'm just not a JRPG. Like, I feel like I'm a JRPG fan, but maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not. Because if this is the best that's out there, and I considered the Trails series the best, the creme de la creme, and then just after playing 4, maybe I'll just give 4 a pass. I don't even think Trails of Cold Steel 4 was even supposed to happen. But it's absolutely a fan service game. All the fan servicey stuff, I don't mind. It's just all this reincarnation stuff, and man, the game is just bloated, and the cutscenes were so damn long. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go home and watch a movie. I don't watch movies. I don't watch shows. I play video games. So I'm hoping. I don't know how Hajimari no Kiseki is. I assume it's probably gonna be bloated with cutscenes. I mean, all the Trails games are in some degree, but this was this was a little too much. And the thing that I absolutely hate with the Trails game is just how everyone needs to put in their 2 cents. And when you got like 40 characters and they need every character to say something, it's like, come on. But no, I mean, where I'm coming from is like this game I felt like it disrespected my time. Just disrespected my time. And the story, I can't get, you can't have me go crazy sad over Crow dying and then he just comes back. And then, of course, at the end of this game, at least the true ending, he lives. And then the real ending, I respect the real ending, though. But even then, it's just like, all right, they're going to go away. And we know they show up in Hajimari. We've seen the picture of Crow in the VR. And Rain is one of the stories in Hajimari. But, yeah, I mean, what I do think the game does great is it's probably the most well-polished and the best combat in all the Cold Steel games. The locations are great. The graphics are great. The bonding events are so good. Like Fees, spectacular. I love Fees, bonding events. The side quests were good too. This game is really, in the series, kind of starting to feel like Yakuza, at least for me, where I'm just want to get through the main story and don't even give a shit. And look forward to the side activities, the side quests, the bonding events. That's what I looked forward to most in Trails of Cold Steel 4. And I don't know. The Great Twilight causing everyone to do things that they wouldn't or shouldn't. That really just was like, really? Okay. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm not really into animes or JRPGs, and I don't really have too much of a fantastical mind or fantasy like that to where I can just get myself away from reality and buy into this type of stuff. But I'm just like, all right, this is a really cheesy, non-interesting story. This Great Twilight, this curse causing people to be dickheads. Like, okay. Reen is a sacrifice. Reen is this. Reen is that. Gilead Osborne is not actually Gilead Osborne. This person's not actually this person. It's just like, okay. Like, seriously, my eyes glazed over in a lot of these cutscenes. Like 1, 2, and even 3, I was just like, okay. All right. I think 3 when, like, Crow, I'm like, oh, hey, there's Crow. Cool. And, all right, George is a bad guy. Like, I know Kondo said everything was written out before he even started Trails in the Sky, how this was all gonna be. I doubt it. It really feels like, oh, okay, we killed this person. No, we'll just create a story to bring him back. I don't think Kondo wrote it. I think it was someone else who wrote it. I think he directs it. But I'm so disappointed in this game. I am so disappointed. There's so much good stuff in the game, but it was just way too long. And just when you got a game this long, and I'm just dreading at least the main story just because I don't care. I mean, some characters had a nice send-off, but it's like, okay, I mean, sure, you're dead, but if need be, anyone could come back. That's how I feel like. I feel like anyone can come back in this series, and I just don't care anymore. I don't care. I know some people, like, I read a lot of comments saying how, everyone sees the good in each other, like the bad guys are not so evil, and it's nice to not have villains who are just absolutely evil. I hated that in the series. I hated that. I wanted some absolute bad guys and some absolute good guys. And it's like, at most, who? Gilead Osborne? Schmidt? I think Schmidt was probably the most evil person. Well, he's just probably a dickhead throughout. But anyways, that's kind of my lame thoughts on Trails of Cold Steel 4. I was going to give an in-depth review, but I realized my eyes glazed over through most of the cutscenes and what was going on in the story that I just stopped caring. And Hajimari no Kiseki, it's like, do we need... Like, I don't know what that game's about. I hear there's not mixed reviews. Overall, every game is good. And I'm probably just falling to the camp because I know this isn't everyone's favorite game, but I just can't believe that I did not beat a Trails of Cold Steel game. I actually got to the point of just turning it off and just watching the YouTube cutscenes. I just watched the ending because I don't care anymore. I don't care about this story. It's everything works out. Even the bad ending or the normal ending when Reen and Crow, Milliam, and they all pretty much sacrifice themselves or die. But they make the promise, we'll be back. And we know Reen never breaks the promise. So even then, I don't know. Yeah, Ys 8 story was so good. Ys 8 story was just so good. Anyways, that's my thoughts on Trails of Cold Steel 4. I said I can't review it. If I had to give it a score, I'd give it an 80. 80 out of 100. Everything was great, just the story just made me turn it off. The fan service and all the characters, like, sure, just kind of like, all right, why is everyone here now? That type of thing. Everyone gets together now. All these characters show up now. All this crazy shit that's happened in 1, 2, and 3, and they show up now. I didn't mind that at all. It was good to see some of the characters, but, there's still just too many. Just wish I prefer a lot less and let those characters breathe. get their own time to shine. Seeing Cassius Bright was pretty damn cool. But yeah, I mean, I might hang it up on the Trail series. We'll see how Hajimari comes out. If Hajimari is a short game, I could beat it under 90 hours. And that was another thing. I realized my playthrough was going to be about 130 hours. And I decided, no, you're disrespecting my time. You are disrespecting my time. Even if you do the main story, it's going to be at least 60 hours, it felt like. But yeah, once you start disrespecting my time and you give me a bozo of a story, I'm done. I'm done. And I'm very happy that I didn't see my way through it. I thought I was going to not beat it, or I was going to at least just force myself through it. But I'm like, man, I've got Christmas coming up, and I know if I don't give up now, I'm just going to force myself through this game and just really make it a shitty Christmas. That's kind of weird to say. Like, a shitty Christmas would be playing Trails of Cold Steel 4 all day. So that's what I would have done. And the story is just, I don't know, get some better writers. Get some contained writing in this series. That being said, Kiro no Kiseki, I think Kondo mentioned that it's gonna the story is final. Meaning the story ends with Kiro no Kiseki 1. Now, of course, they can make a sequel or two, but they want to wrap everything up, at least in the first game, or at least give it a proper ending, what he said. Which makes sense, because 4 is probably not going to sell as much as 3. 3 probably didn't sell as much as 2, and 2 didn't sell as much as 1. You can look at the Amazon scores or reviews. You'll see like Trails of Cold Steel 1 has shit ton reviews, 2 has a shit ton but a little less, then 3 a little less, and 4 a little less. So I think they're kind of understanding like, all right, this series, as great as it is to tell one big overarching story, sale-wise, it's not good. So I'm excited, even though that's what I respected most about the Trail series is just how everything was connected and how you really need to start from Trails in the Sky, then go all the way to 4. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for them just to have proper endings now instead of leaving on a cliffhanger and going into a game where I just don't care. That does it. I will talk to you guys later. Later.